Hello boys, welcome back to another session of online biology video tutorials. And this session is meant for class 12th biology students. And this is for 31st July 2021. As we have been discussing about the genetics chapter, principles of inheritance and variation, we have been talking about the monohybrid cross where there is single gene inheritance. We talked about dihybrid cross wherein two genes got inherited. We talked about the Punnett square method of expressing both monohybrid cross as well as dihybrid cross. And based on this monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross, Mendel formulated three laws. They are famous as Mendel's laws. In that, if you recollect from your memory, the first law is law of dominance, wherein we talked about the length of the plant or height of the plant. We said an organism, be it a plant or animal or including human being, the height of the person, height of the organism will be decided by dominant gene. We represented that with capital T. So there are two versions of this gene representing it. Purely homozygous means capital T, no doubt the person will become tall, organism will be tall, capital T. Second version is the two alleles, capital T, small t. In spite of small t being present, still the genotype capital T, small t will represent or express the phenotypically as tall as organism having capital T. What is the reason? Because of presence of capital T. We said dominant gene. So presence of dominant gene will express dominant character. Is there any deviation in this? Thanks to Mendel, Mendel could observe that there are some deviations. So those deviations are referred as non-Mendelian inheritances. Let us see one by one under this. There is incomplete dominance. Means dominance is not complete. Capital T is able to express, but here that dominant gene is not able to express fully. That is incomplete dominance. Then codominance means both recessive gene as well as dominant gene express together. That is codominance. Together they express. Then multiple allelism. All the alleles that are present together will decide the phenotype of the organism. Then polygenic inheritance. Poly, as the name says, many genes are involved in the inheritance. And then finally pleiotropy. So let us discuss one by one. Well, let's go for the first one, incomplete dominance. What do you mean by this incomplete dominance? Let's see. It is the inheritance in which the offspring means children, offspring shows intermediate character. You see, when we were talking about the law of dominance, we said that let us say in the parental generation, let's say father is 6 feet tall, mother is 4 feet tall. The child or the offspring which is being produced by them would invariably of 6 feet, father's character, dominant characters come. You don't see that father 6 feet, mother 4 feet, 6 plus 4, 10 divided by 2, child will be 5 feet. But here we are seeing such a character. That's why we say incomplete dominance. The dominant gene is not completely dominant. Hence, intermediate characters are coming. So one of the best examples for this is, as you are seeing in the photo, snapdragon. This is called dog flower or Antirrhinum species. And second one is 4 o'clock plant. It is called Mirabilis jalapa. These two examples are classical examples for incomplete dominance. Here the cross is between homozygous red flowers. See, you can see the red flowers and white flowers. So the cross is taking place between white flowers and red flowers. You get pink flowers. Here also you can see white flower. Here also you can see the red flower. And you are getting pink flowers. So this is incomplete dominance, intermediate character. But as per Mendel's laws, Mendelian inheritance, what should be there? Depending upon the number of populations. Suppose Snapdragon with maximum numbers producing white flower, white would have become dominant. But here there is no complete dominance. Intermediate dominance is there. In between dominance is there. How does that happen? This is the one. So you take parental generation, a snapdragon that produces red flowers. Since it is producing red flowers, maximum populations, we say capital R, right? I said how to decide the dominance factor, number of populations, okay? And similarly, white flower, small r. Here white, why recessive? Why are we taking white flower as recessive? Because of low numbers of populations expressing this white flower. And even though it is white flower, you may ask me, why are you writing small r? I told you in my previous sessions that the spelling of the character, dominant character, R-E-D, red, we pick up the first letter. So capital R, since it is dominant. And I gave a warning to you that corresponding small letters only you must take for recessive character. Then it will be easy for analysis. Otherwise you will be confused. Don't write small w here. Okay? And when the cross takes place in F1 generation, first filial generation, what do you expect? You get the hybrid characters. That's why we say monohybrid. Single gene inheritance forming hybrid. So here, first time you are seeing, in case of Mendelian inheritance, you would be expecting a red flower here. But here it is not the case. We are getting a variety. Pink flower is formed. How is that this pink flower is formed? From one parent, that is a red flowered one, capital R is coming, inherited. This gene is inherited. From white one, this gene is inherited. That means you have got a gamete with capital R, a gamete with small r from the pollen grain and the ovum. When the pollen grain and the ovum combine together, having capital R and small r, naturally you get a embryo, you get a zygote having capital R and small r. And when that zygote develops into embryo becomes plant, and that plant produces pink flowers. Okay. Now what Mendel has done, or Mendel's Sishyas, okay, Mendel's disciples, what they have done is, they have done what Mendel has done, selfing of the F1 generation. When the selfing takes place, now the gametes that are produced is again same, capital R, small r. Now using the Punnett square, we are having the eggs in the form of capital R and small r, sperms or pollen grains to be specific, capital R and small r. So the combination is capital R, so you get a red flower, capital R and small r, you get a pink flower, and then small r and capital R, you get a pink flower, small r and small r, white flower. So look at that deviation. Phenotypic ratio, you try to recollect. In Mendelian one, it is always 3:1, we said. Now the 3:1 is deviating itself into 1:2:1. Why? Phenotypically, if you see, one red flower is formed here, two pink flowers are there, intermediate dominance, and one white. That is ancestral character. So here genotypic ratio also 1:2:1. That is 1 capital R, 2 capital R, 1 small r. That means in incomplete dominance, phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio both are same, 1:2:1. Thus, phenotypic and genotypic ratios are same. Physical character and genetic makeup both are in the same ratio. This means that capital R, dominant gene, was not completely dominant over recessive gene, small r. So that is the reason why the pink flowers are being formed. New character has come because of incomplete dominance. So you must remember both the plants, Mirabilis jalapa, 4 o'clock plant, as well as I showed just now, snapdragon. Both these plants you should remember. And pea plants also show incomplete dominance in some other traits. Even though we talked about the tallness, Mendelian 7 characters, there are other traits where pea plant show incomplete dominance. This is one deviation. Second deviation from Mendelian inheritance is codominance. It is the inheritance in which both alleles of a gene are expressed in a hybrid. Example, the best example you must remember is ABO blood grouping in human beings. As you know, human beings, we all have got four types of blood groups. Okay, blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB, and blood group O. Okay, the other groups also, but for our convenience sake, I am talking about the four blood groups. And how these blood groups are being divided in this way, depending upon the antigen present. So, what is this antigen? Basically, you must remember that antigen is a protein, right? So, on the surface of the RBC, red blood cell, a protein, if it is present, and that protein is named as antigen. Anti means against, right? ABO blood groups are controlled by a gene called I gene, not one, you must remember it as I. It controls the production of sugar polymers. See, this is the purpose. The gene controls the production of sugar polymers. That's why they are called antigens that protrude from plasma membrane of the RBC. As you are seeing in the picture, see the protrusion of antigen A, antigen B, and in blood type AB, you can see the presence of both antigen A as well as antigen B. But blood group O, the RBC of blood group O is like our TTD, Tirupati Tirumala style. No antigen is there, neither antigen A nor antigen B. So, the gene I has three alleles, IA, IB and I0. I can say I0 or IO. This IA and IB produce a slightly different form of sugars, as you are seeing. And allele I0 doesn't produce any sugar. Since it does not produce, we are representing with I0 or IO, right? Now, how does this take place? The blood group's phenotypic representation is because of the genotype. So, what is the genotype? In blood group A, there can be two types of genotypes. IA means both homozygous, okay, both antigens, antigen A, or law of dominance. It can be IA, I0, again this A, law of dominance. Blood group, you can see here, blood group A, so the blood sample is there, presence of antigen A, okay, so only we said the presence of IA. And then you have got blood group B, wherein the genotypic form can be IB, both the alleles dominant one, or it can be IB, I0, right? So you are seeing here presence of antigen B. Antigens are present here in B blood group. And then you have got AB blood group. That is, the allelic forms will be presence of IA as well as IB. You can see in AB blood group here presence of antigen A, antigen B. So both are present. And in IO you are seeing neither antigen A nor antigen B. So it remains O blood group. I0. So this is what you should remember. This is the basis of classification of blood groups. And the allelic forms, as you are seeing here, allele is from parent A, parent 1, IA, let's say it is contribution is IA, parent, second parent also IA, then the genotype will be from mother side IA, father side also IA will be the genotype in the embryo, and the child will become definitely blood group A. He belongs to blood group A. Let's say father side is IA, mother side is I0 because she may be O blood group. Then it will be IA, I0. Still the child becomes A blood group fellow because of IA dominance. Similarly, father side IB, mother side also IB, no doubt the child will be having the genotype IB, and Pakka he will become blood group B. Other version is father side IB, mother side I0, or reverse also it can happen, and there is no rule like that, okay. Then it will become IB, IO, and the child becomes B blood group person. Next, parent side, one of the parents IA, another parent IB, the combination is IA, IB in the embryo, the child is going to definitely become blood group AB blood group person. Similarly, one parent IB, another parent IA, reverse we are talking, okay? Then still it is IA, IB, the embryo or the child offspring is going to have AB blood group person. And where do you get this O? Mother side or father side, I0, another parent also I0, either mother or father, both of them I0, pakka, the child will not have any antigen, so neither of the antigens A or B, so person becomes O blood group. As you are seeing here, see, blood group type A people will have antigens on their RBC surface. Blood type B people will have on their RBCs antigens like this protruding on the plasma membrane. Blood type AB persons will be having antigen A as well as antigen B on the surface of the plasma membrane. Whereas in blood type O people, universal donors, okay, in universal donors, neither antigen A nor B, that's why they are universal donors, okay. So when IA, IB are present together, they both express their own types of sugars. This is due to codominance. So remember, we talked of two deviations, and these two, that is incomplete dominance and codominance. So you need to write, don't just see this photo which I am showing. Take a paper, write this, and put the crosses also, like parental genotype you write, F1 generation you write, and F2 generation also you write. Then only you will understand this concept very clearly.